all your content gone like this.
Wow.
What are you going to do at that point?
You're not paying for
We
Gmail?
take it seriously. They take it seriously.
Exactly my point. There is a level of confidence that comes from investing in you.
That's right.
To have these things that makes it real. Not new to this, I'm true to this.
Exactly.
You might be new to me, but
Right.
we're going to get this work done.
Yeah.
And believe me, but family, when I tell you, this is how it all works. All right. Family, have you ever wondered at what point in your creator journey you will need a website? or maybe you have bought into the hype, misguided hype, I would say, that websites are dead and that you don't need them anymore. I want to say this. Websites are not for hobbyists. Not temporary projects, right? They're not passing fads. A website denotes longevity, stability, and intentionality. So it's only dead for those who don't want those things. It's only dead for those who don't necessarily intend to be in this for the long haul. If it's a temporary thing, don't set up a website.
Yeah,
Right.
I wouldn't put the money invest in it if I wasn't.
Absolutely
Yeah.
not. Absolutely not. As a content creator and coach, I've grappled with these questions too. And I can tell you from experience, not only does a website make it real, but it comes with benefits, and I've learned not to ignore. If I could read today, our topic is stop being a guest. The 3 reasons you need a website. This is the How It All Works podcast, and I'm your host, Kirk Nugent. This is my lovely co-host,
Taina Nixon.
and today, let me make sure I read this right because it's my boss, y'all.
Oh, boy.
And our guest today is Kanique Mighty Nugent. Kanique is CEO of Composition, founder of Huntsville Black-Owned Business Directory. She has launched hundreds of websites and has over 30 sites under monthly maintenance right now, right now, today. She is the CEO of Composition. Did I mention that?
Yes, you did.
She's also my boss. Did I mention that? And she's also my wife.
Most importantly.
I left the best for last.
Exactly.
She's also my wife. I want to share this as we get ready to dive in. I was at a volunteer event, not really like a networking meeting. It was like one of them clean up the city type joints. And, I was dressed appropriately for what I was at. And I was working with a guy and we were chatting about some content things. And I just kind of shared with him, this is what I do. You can hit me up. And so one of the things I do in terms of these kinds of moments, I don't give a card and I don't give anybody my email address because I don't find that actually works. They never follow up.
Okay.
So what I do is I have this QR code thing that they can scan, and when they scan it, it sends me an email address from their email. It sends me an email from their email address.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so it allows me to follow up.
Right.
And so he did that, and I followed up. I sent him an email back from my info at How It All Works account. And so he later is sharing this story with me because we ended up doing a couple of projects together. He shared with me, he didn't take me seriously. He was like, I was just looking at this guy and he's like, this guy looks disheveled. It looks like, he looks like we should be helping him because I was dressed like a bum. I mean, intentionally so. I was working.
Yeah.
And he's just like,
Whatever.
okay. Oh, you do video. Okay.
Sure.
You do video. Okay. So, but when he got the reply and he saw it was from info@howitallworks.com, he was like, he was getting ready to, do the obligatory, hey man, it was great meeting you. I don't know if I'm ready for that right now. But then he decided, well, since he's got a domain,
Let me go
do
look at his
some
website.
digging.
Uh-huh.
Yes, that's what
I'm
I
just
do.
gonna
That's what I
check
do too.
first.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Same time.
he goes to howitallworks.com and he finds my page.
Yep.
I mean, and it's got, my content on there. It's got, join my community. It's got a bunch of stuff. And he was just like, oh,
He's actually
he
legit.
might be legit.
Right.
One of the links on howitallworks.com is Kirk. And so he clicks on that and takes him to kirkrnugent.com. And he's like,
Okay.
wait a minute.
Yeah, this
I'm
guy
sure.
is serious.
Wait a minute. And so then he finds the Clarity Call page. He books the Clarity Call. And we have that session. And it was why I found out this story is because at the end of the Clarity Call, I said to him, hey, I sent you an email back. I expected an email. I didn't expect you to book a Clarity Call. So how did you get all the way
there?
He's like, man, if I could be honest with you, brother, I didn't think you were serious.
Yeah.
I went down the rabbit hole.
Wow.
And it is because of the email domain. It gave me credibility even when I did not look it.
Yeah.
Come on.
Right. That is good.
Yeah.
So I want to share that with somebody today is like, especially if you're a content creator that's looking to do more than create the content, you want to make sure that you have a web presence that's going to do numbers for you. Okay, so
Absolutely.
So these are some of the things we wanted to share. Again, the title today is Stop Being a Guest, and there's a reason for that. We'll get to that later. The 3 reasons you need a website. And here's a quote, and this quote is by adaptingsocial.com. It's from a May 2025 article they wrote, and it says, in 2025, a high-performing website isn't a luxury. It's a non-negotiable for any brand that wants to compete, convert, and grow. Non-negotiable for any brand that wants to compete, convert, and grow. And again, this is where you get to self-qualify, y'all. Do I want to compete?
Right.
Yep.
Do I want to convert? Do I want to grow? And if you can say yes to even one of those, then maybe a website's for you. You have 30 plus sites under current maintenance, but you're also in the midst of different projects, building out sites.
Building out sites, yeah.
Talk about the different types of sites, because you have 10 pagers, 15 pagers, 50 pagers.
Yeah.
And then you've got, personal brand websites, or even like a podcast page like what I have for my show. How should people be applying? Because when people think website, that's the reason. One of the number one reasons why people don't want to get a website is because they're thinking 30 pages.
Right.
Yeah, and that's absolutely not necessary. To just have the presence of having like a landing page still gives you the credibility that you need, because you have that domain.com or whatever.
Right.
So you can just have a simple landing page.
And
has pretty much all the information you need.
On that one page.
On that one page, you have your banner that welcomes people in. You have your welcome message. You have your services. You have your testimonials. That's all on one page.
That's one page.
And then
you gotta have your receipts.
Yeah.
If you have brands that you've worked with, you want to have a couple
you
of those
can put that all on
things.
there.
Yeah.
Because we already know people have a short attention span.
That's
so
right.
you're not wanting them to do a whole lot of reading or having to click to find what they need.
Yeah.
So just having that initial landing page serves its purpose.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, once you begin to grow, then you can have your about page and then a more extensive services page that breaks down all the details of the services you offer.
As you grow, you can build on. And
Absolutely.
I want to really highlight that, because it doesn't matter what platform you use. Your website is on
Squarespace.
We had somebody else on whose website is on Wix. We use WordPress. Prior to that, my website was on Kajabi. And so the Kajabi transition to WordPress, how long did that take?
It didn't take that long, actually.
Okay.
I want them to know.
I made the change in the day.
It was 24
It was
hours.
a day, because Kajabi is a little more intensive, I would say, because there's so many different parts you have to figure out, especially when it comes to the whole offers and all that stuff.
It's a full ecosystem, CMS, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas Wix, Squarespace, WordPress, boom, page.
Yeah,
right.
because for Kajabi, you can do something that's purely informative, but if you get into the whole building out an offer, that's going to take you a little bit.
It's going to take some more time. It's definitely going to take more time. But I want people to hear what? 24 hours?
Yeah.
Right. Like it doesn't have to be
super. It doesn't have to be super. And what really helped was I was pretty much copying what was already on Kajabi. So I'm not having to go through that whole creative process of customizing something for the client. I already have the structure, the design. I'm just replicating it. So I was able to just knock it out pretty quickly.
But you just helped me realize something for myself. I've been thinking that I need to revamp my website, because now I'm sort of showing up in the world a little bit differently. I used to be like all influencer women's coach, like that was my whole thing, and now I've sort of scaled back on some of that part, and mostly I'm offering like myself as a consultant or like a contractor. And so I was just thinking like, man, I'm gonna have to go to my about page and sort of change that, and then I'm gonna have to go to my services page thing. And now I'm like, maybe I just have one page.
You can hide those other pages. Focus on that landing page, and then when you have time, then you can
mess around with those other things. As I need them.
Absolutely.
No, it's
thank you. That was a light bulb moment for me.
Yeah, I love this. I love this. And what we're all talking about. This is point number 1: establishing a strong online presence. This is part of the website. We have a phrase in our business that GoDaddy actually stole. I want to make this clear. No, we said it first.
Is it? I'm not sure, but hey, if you don't have a website, is it real?
Is it real?
Like, is it really real?
We had been saying a website makes it real.
Yes.
We had been saying, and then all of a sudden I see like this whole campaign. True. I'm like, y'all owe me money.
They be taking stuff.
But they do. They do.
They be listening.
All of these companies be listening.
Yes, they do.
But I do want to make that point. I mean, the man literally was like, info at how it all works. Your email address is hello@tinynixon.com.
Yep.
You know, it's once he saw that, it wasn't Gmail. And listen, I'm not shading the Gmail folks. Like, there's a season of life where the Gmail is going to serve you well.
Serve you. It is.
But when you want to listen, the point number one is establish a strong online presence. When you're ready to do that, listen, you could have a coming soon page, right? But the fact that you own the domain means you get the email address.
Yeah.
And I don't want you to miss that. Because you own the domain, you get an email address, and this is, what the title of the show today is "Stop Being a Guest." At Gmail, you're a guest.
Yes,
I'm sorry to tell you. At Facebook.com/@KirkRNugent, I'm a guest.
Absolutely.
At Instagram.com/Kirk, I'm a guest.
Yeah, you don't own any.
You own none of this stuff.
None at all.
You own none of this stuff, and people are like, "Well, I don't need a website because I have my Facebook." You're a guest.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? It's like,
exactly.
You're a
I
guest,
get it.
and that's why we titled it that way, and I want to make sure I deliver on the title, but I also want to make sure you catch that framework in every other instance, because people say this to me all the time. Oh, the website, you don't need a website anymore, and they say this to me while pointing me to a website.
Okay.
Like, oh, well, you can just go to, my TikTok. That's still TikTok.com/what. That's still a website.
That's a website. It's just not yours.
It's just not yours.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Remember one guy, he has his whole offer, like the whole offer. It's in a Google Doc, but you still got to go to docs.google.com
to access it.
It's still
in
a website.
Google Doc?
Yeah,
yes,
people are being real ninja these days. And he's cleaning up too. Like,
I bet he is.
No landing page.
That's wild though.
No, and it looks good too.
The Google Doc?
Yes.
The Google Doc.
We got to talk about this another time.
I'm stunned.
No,
I never heard that one before.
The bar for entry to offering services is not. It doesn't require much. But here's what. So in that same instance, I'm almost glad you said this. In that same instance, you know what we ended up doing? We bought a domain and we connected it with a link site. In this case, it was Rebrandly.
Okay.
But there are many others out there. And so we bought this domain, connected it to Rebrandly. And so now it's hisname.live/offer.
Okay.
So that's the offer. That's the link. But it takes you to the Google Doc.
To the Google Doc still.
But because the link he's sharing is one that he owns, it still gives a perception of this is his own brand. And this is what I'm saying is more than you having the page, it is having the domain.
Right.
Exactly.
That helps to establish the brand. So that's the first piece. Second thing that we wanted to touch on here is we talk about it makes it real.
Yes.
Making it real is where your credibility comes from. And having credibility is what we trade on.
Right.
In business and as I mean, if you really want to get money in as a content creator, it's got to be. We had Rita on, and Rita talked about if you want to make this into an empire, if you want to have something sustainable, you have to present yourself to brands in a way that brands are used to seeing businesses.
Yes,
and unfortunately, for many creators, we don't check the boxes.
Correct.
And so just having the site and now make sure the site's updated or just keep content on there that's generic
right,
so that you don't have to keep updating it regular, but you want to be intentional about that. But having the site does say something about it. Any experiences with clients or anything like that you
Absolutely.
can share?
So there's one client that I worked with who he's huge on social media, huge on YouTube, but he has no website. So if he's trying to get any branding deals or anything like that, like where can they go?
Yes.
Like, how are they going to contact you?
Right.
Like stuff like that, simple things like that.
Right.
And are they going to see that, are you like credible?
Right.
So he reached out to me saying, hey, I absolutely need to get a website done because I have people reaching out to me and I don't have a professional face to show them or an easy way for them to contact me. Having to go through my social media, sending me me DMs. Like, that's not it. No. So we created a website for him. We were able to put all his contact information on there and still showcase some of his like most watched videos and stuff like that on there. But he really just wanted a central area where people can find him.
That's all you need.
See he's, professional.
Exactly.
And get that business, get that money.
Come on, secure the bag.
Because I also think like when you you reach a place, and he probably had been reached that place where it's like, okay, I'm actually operating at a higher scale than this, and having people DM me is crazy. Like your DMs, you're probably not even seeing everything that people, and then when people go to meet to kind of see who you are and what you do, and they realize, oh, there's not even like a website in the bio. There's not even. Then it makes them rethink, sort of like, oh, well, maybe he's not serious, or maybe
thought he was bigger than this.
Because I've been there. I remember that feeling of being like, okay, because I at one point in my at the beginning of my content creator journey, I was using the Gmail that I had in college.
Yikes.
Which
what name was it?
There was always post
it wasn't
email
bad.
address.
It wasn't the worst. It was tacasimir@gmail.com.
It's not bad.
Not bad. However, I'm now Taina Nixon.
Oh,
so that's from my maiden name. It's a Gmail.
Mine was Bishop_22.
So come on, no.
It wasn't Black Planet-esque,
right,
but it still wasn't.
It doesn't really. Not great. So then I was like, okay, for branding purposes, at the very least, I got to make it more cohesive, like across the brand. So you can feel it sometimes when you're like, this isn't right. And I'm realizing I started to feel dumb because I was like, okay, I'm working with Target, I'm working with McDonald's, I'm working with JCPenney, and they're like, I'm even thinking about them trying to recall and like hit me back up. My name doesn't match my email. Yikes. Right? So what if they remember my name, but they don't remember my email? You're typing in, it's not coming up. I was like, oh, no. I got to switch it.
Absolutely.
That's good. Yeah. There's so many pieces.
Brand recognition is important.
And that's that. Listen, there's so many pieces here that we can pull and tease out. But number one, you want to be able to control the narrative around what your brand is. But you also want to have a central headquarters. Your website is something you own. It's a website. I cannot overstate that. The website is something you own. It's yours. Even for this client you just talked about, he's at a subscriber count where he should actually have a team.
It was a couple
100,000.
He should actually have a team,
brother.
And you know what I'm saying? Like
he really
DMs. Because if somebody hits you in the DMs, you actually unless you give your VA or somebody else access to your socials,
correct,
how are they going to respond to DMs?
Right. Yeah.
You want to have an info or some kind of a general catch-all email, and then you can have somebody else have access to it, and then help you to parse through what's spam, because there's spam that comes. I'm going to be honest, it does.
It happens,
but you want to parse through or at least triage what's important, what's not, what needs to be responded to. I had a client who had an email address that he didn't check very often, and unfortunately he had a really big brand deal kind of nestled in there. I mean, we're talking like over 10K.
He missed it.
He missed it. He missed it completely. He missed the whole deadline and everything. So I do want it. It's the worst feeling. And you're looking at the email.
And I'm trying to and for me, it wasn't that it was so long. It's just I wasn't checking every day at the time, and they needed a almost 1 day turnaround. It was like immediately can you do it
in his
today?
Case, it was
right now. And I looked 2 days later, and they're like, "Oh, we already filled the spot."
Oh, that's right.
That's devastating. And it was for a brand trip. It was for a brand trip. It would have been my first brand trip. Oh my God.
Yeah, I
think my eyes welled up with real tears on that one. I feel you, bro.
That's when you're walking around the house and people are like, "What's wrong?"
What's wrong with you? I can't even talk about it. I'm not even talking about it. Oh, so that lesson learned though. I was like, all right, I gotta get serious.
But I see these are the types of things. It's like this is why I say a website makes it real, because when you have a website, it's like it starts to denote, even if there isn't a team yet, it starts to denote okay, it's starting to form. It's coming together.
A real business.
It's a business now. It's something that I can actually patronize. I can go to. There's more there than just what's available for free. I want to be clear on that.
Absolutely.
People recognize that you've made an investment when you have a website.
Exactly.
If you have that email address, you're paying for it.
That's right.
Yeah.
You're not paying for
Gmail. You take it seriously, they take it seriously.
Exactly my point. And that's that perception is critical if you're looking to grow in this space.
Yeah, and you talk about ownership and owning that.
Yeah.
When you're on those other platforms, you don't own any of that. So if one day Facebook dies or
and
YouTube disappears, that's all your content gone like this.
Mercy.
Wow.
Like gone.
Wow.
What are you going to do at that point if you don't have a website?
I remember this girl on Instagram, an influencer, lost her page. Like her page was hacked. She had well over she was probably at 500,000 followers.
My God.
And her page got hacked. And it was like all of her friends, her other influencer friends, putting it out there like, hey guys, so-and-so got hacked. Like if you're getting messages from another person, like it's not her or whatever. But I just thought about like, man, she probably needed like a subscriber list, like an email list from her website. She could have reached out to her community.
To let them know.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But otherwise, and I think eventually she got it back. And it took a lot of work, and other people who had been previously hacked helped her. Like this is who you contact at Meta and whatever. But it was just, that was a wake up call for me, because I was like, bro, at the time I didn't have my a real website up, and I was like, if that happened to me, and I was a way smaller creator than her, I'm like, I would have no way of telling people this is what happened to me and follow me here or you know, whatever.
Yes, absolutely. Because with your website, you have the ability to create that e-newsletter list separate from your social media, so that you can reach out to your community directly.
Yes.
So
this is it. You guys are on point number 3. That's it.
Yeah.
Point number 3 is, with a website, you now have ability to bring people into your ecosystem.
Okay.
And the mailing list is exactly the example I was going to use. That is so perfect.
Okay.
When it comes on to these platforms, and we love them because the platform is like being on the superhighway. It's like being in the mall. There's so much traffic. There's people going everywhere, and they come and they're like, oh, there's Diana.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what she's got going on. Okay, let me subscribe. But how do you get them off platform?
Right.
How do you get them a little closer into your ecosystem? I was talking to a gentleman at a conference a week or so ago, and he was telling me, because I was telling him about the new community that I started on School, and I was also telling him the link. So School is there, and that's my community. But then anybody that joins School is automatically added to my mailing list. Okay. So we use Zapier to do that. It's a whole other thing. But I was talking to him about this whole process. He was like, yeah, he has a community on School as well, but he had a community on Facebook. 83,000 members.
Whoa.
Yeah, he would go live in his community, and he would have no less than 10,000 people watching. Wow. And I was like, man, that's crazy. And one by one, Facebook got rid of being able to stream to the group.
It did.
They did.
Yeah, they got rid of that. Was a while ago. Then they deprioritized posts in the group. So now you're posting in the group, and people who are in the group are not seeing it.
Yep.
Then they did some other stuff. And just when I was talking to him about a month or two prior, they just closed his group.
No.
Yes.
They just closed it, and he is still fighting with them now, trying to figure out, how can he get his group back, but they just closed it. So he's 83,000 people in a group he no longer has direct contact with because he was a guest.
Yeah, so with Facebook,
and when you're a guest, they can kick you out.
They can kick you out. So Facebook had some bots attack their group communities, and it started to close out a lot of these communities. Yeah. So huge communities like his were just automatically closed.
That's
It met the requirement for closing, and they just
close it. But it's the system that does it.
Yeah.
So now you're going to have to go through an appeal and try and get back access and all that.
But the credibility that you lose, you know what I'm saying? Like even for your friend that got the creator that got hacked, she got her account back, but is it the same? So it's like
not
bringing people a little closer in, allowing them to have access to you through and incentivizing them. I mean, this is come to the website. Come to the community. Yes. This is where we do these kinds of things. There are ways for creators to be able to do that, and you're for your next level of engagement. Listen, when I look at Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, whatever, this is your advertising.
Right.
Absolutely.
You still want to provide value, but you're just sharing with people like, this is a window into the world that where I exist. But if you want to come closer, come on over to the website.
And you know what? My first coach, she talked about how the goal is not really to bring people onto your Instagram. She's like, the real metric for your success and your ability as an influencer, as a creator of any kind, is really your ability to convert people to your platform. So she was like, that's the number that I want you guys to be telling me. Yes. How many people did you get to go from this post in your stories to click the link to your website and sign up for your mailing list? How many people clicked the link? How many people actually signed up for your mailing list?
You would. So I would say this to the camera right now. I did not share with her my notes.
I have no clue.
Convert is the last point.
That's it.
Conversion
is everything.
Conversion is everything.
If you're selling, especially,
how do you convert without a website?
What are you converting them to?
What do you convert them to?
Right? Where are they going?
And when people are like, "Oh, websites are dead," I'm like, "How?
How do you figure?
I don't know why.
No, how do you convert? No, I.
People are saying that as
me.
if they are not using websites. You are Googling and going to websites every
single day.
You can't make me believe that you don't visit websites.
It's not possible.
Everyone is.
So let's dispel that myth.
Yeah.
Websites are not dead. No, but if you intend to convert, the true metric for conversion isn't how many subs you have.
No,
it's not how many followers. It's not how many likes you got on a reel.
Because those followers, watchers, they will watch forever and never buy.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So how does that really equal money in your pocket? How does it really shift? Move the needle for you, for your family? Not really.
Come on.
You didn't convert.
This is so good. This is so good. Yeah. Okay, as we get ready to land, just share with us, very simple structure for what people need to include or what they need to be thinking about. Okay. Now, you kind of laid out what should be on that homepage, but in my case, you already had everything. Let's say in the case of somebody who wants to build a website now, what should they put together as they prepare? Assets,
before
whatever.
they're approaching me,
before they go to somebody, or before they decide to build it themselves. What should they decide? What should they have?
What they should have? Okay.
Yeah.
First off, they got to figure out who their target audience is. Like before you can even do anything, you've got to figure out who you're talking to and exactly what you want them to do when they come to your site.
Love it.
So that's just the general, idea of what they need. Now for the practical stuff, you want to make sure you have professional photography off. If it's you are the brand, please, professional photography.
Not selfies.
No blurry pictures.
No
selfies from your phone.
Help us.
Professional pictures, because when you present yourself professional, it just adds a whole other level to your website.
It does.
Then think about your content. You can have someone create that for you, or you can do it yourself.
So this is like copy. Like
the copy.
The words.
The verbiage.
That are,
Definitely have that put together first before you even do anything else. Because you're thinking about your target audience. You need to think about the language you're going to use to bring them into your ecosystem, into your website. So have that content. Perfect. Then also think about what your call to actions are going to be. What do you want them to do when they come to your site? And I always say, make it one thing. We don't want to have 50 different things that you want them to go to. Maybe two, like if you have a book you're trying to sell, sure. But make it that one thing, whether it is to have them contact you on their contact form or to schedule a call.
Okay.
I tell people, don't have contact form, schedule a call. No, one thing, because people can get really scattered or they're like overwhelmed.
Does not buy.
And then let's see, you've got the pictures, you've got the content. You've got the call to action. That really
that's the main things you need.
That's the main things you need.
Only thing I would add there is I would recommend getting a bio done. Okay. Having somebody write a bio for you. We just don't do well writing a bio for ourselves.
Okay.
True.
Even if you write a bio, you need somebody else to write the bio for you. Okay. So that would be the only, and then the last thing is if you have the bio, why I started there is because the bio so like for you've talked about all these different brands that you've worked with.
True. Yeah.
You need to have those logos.
Right.
Like you don't necessarily have to have a story for each one.
Yes.
But
it needs to
be
visible.
These are the receipts. It's the receipts part, right? And it just, if you go on my website right now, you'll see a whole section of logos, like as seen in or formerly worked with or blah, 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 blah.
Absolutely.
It gives that other level of credibility.
Yeah.
I think that should be a standard portion, especially if you've done the work.
Right.
Yeah.
And similar to that, you can have the testimonials that kind of go hand in hand with the brands.
Even if you don't have these large name brands.
Yeah, you can have the testimonials. Okay. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. And collect those. Listen, this is the blueprint, y'all. If you have that, if you show up to a web designer with everything that we just listed, they will call you blessed.
Right.
Yes. Absolutely. Oh, wait, one more thing. Have a logo. It doesn't have to be fancy. It can be something simple like, a signature.
Yes.
Something. I forgot that company that does that for you.
A photo logo.
But having some sort of a logo, please. That helps a lot.
Yes.
And if you can have a branding guide with it as well.
Yeah,
will be perfect.
With the branding guide.
Your branding guide talks about your colors and like all
your font.
Yes.
that would make.
Yeah, they will rise up and call you blessed. Real talk.
Yes.
Real
See,
talk.
I didn't have any of those things, but I built my website myself. Brick by brick.
Come on.
And have the scars, mental scars on my mind and my soul to show for it.
Yeah.
But I had to think through all of that stuff.
Absolutely.
And that's why someone like Kanique is so helpful because she's got the steps for you already. You don't have to figure it out for yourself. Figuring it out for yourself is it can be done, but bruh, is it worth it? I don't know.
I love this. Whether you do it yourself, like you're a model, whether you go to an expert, it still denotes it still denotes a deposit, investment,
a commitment to it,
right? So, because when somebody comes to the website and they see the logo,
right,
and they see the branding, right, the colors, the hex code, they see the copy, right, the blurbs, the different things that you put on there that really represent you, and they may even be familiar with them because they know your content and they know you to say those things.
Right.
When they see the quality pictures of you, they know you went and did that photo shoot for this purpose. For this purpose. When they see those things, it says this person isn't just looking for free.
Right.
They've made an investment in them.
Correct.
I'm going to need to make an investment as well.
And it does something for you too, as the company owner, brand owner. It made me feel so much more confident that I was like, okay, I have a real digital space that I hold in the world where people can see my vision and understand who I am and what I'm trying to put out into the world. So it makes a huge difference.
You feel better about yourself. You feel better approaching these brands to show them, hey, I'm professional. I'm about this work.
Exactly.
I'm here to stay. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. Exactly. You might be new to me, but we're going to get this work done. Yeah. I love this. There's just so many pieces that we can go through here, but I want to make sure that people have opportunity to find you, follow you. What are some of the places that they can patronize what you are doing? Somebody's out there right now saying, well, dang, I guess I need a website.
Right.
Hit me up. Yeah, hit me up. You can find me at yourcomposition.com, and that's composition with a K, not a C. You can find us on socials at Your Composition.
Yeah, it's the same.
On LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, all the above. That's right. You can definitely hit us up there for sure.
Yeah, and we'd love to have you. Man, one of the last things I want to say here is there are, at rough estimate, 1.1 billion websites.
Wow.
1.1.
That's a lot.
Wow.
Websites, and this stat has underneath it, websites will no longer just be digital placeholders, but powerful business hubs, drive growth, engagement, and revenue. And you want to have your little piece of digital real estate.
Exactly.
That is yours. One of the ladies in one of the mastermind groups that I'm in, she had a website in Southern California that kind of did some travel stuff. Okay. And kind of talked about some of the things that are in that area. And she grew her, she had a website and a YouTube channel. And she grew that. And she moved to, be a caregiver for her parent or her husband's parents into South Carolina.
Oh, okay.
So, and she made this announcement on the site and on the channel that she was going to move. And do you know the little city that she was a part of bought the website and channel from her?
The California,
that little city that she was, because it was drawing so much traffic, so much tourism to there. They bought
incredible.
it. They bought the channel and the website from her. So I'm saying that to say, when I say it's your little piece of digital real estate, I'm not saying that to be facetious.
Right.
I'm saying a website makes it real.
It does. And there's an example right here from Huntsville. A lady, she started something like Rocket City Mom.
Yeah.
In another state, and she fully blew that thing up, and now she's having to move back to somewhere else. She sold it to whoever else is going to take it over, and she's starting another one in another city.
Wow.
Because she's already figured out how to do it and so forth. But it's just amazing how that site,
it's the traffic that's there, the people that visit it, it is recommended in search. People, so the city was like, no, we can't have you shut this down. What are you going to do with the site?
Right.
And she wasn't even thinking
to sell it. I never considered that a website that I built that someone will want to buy it
from
absolutely.
me. There is a market for that if you did not know, where you can build up a site, like a Shopify site, for example, where you're selling different things, and you can brokerage it to someone else to take it over. Like, that's a thing.
No way.
That's a thing.
Mind you, I have been a writer for Rocket City Mom, and I was there when Stephanie sold it to the next owners, but it just didn't click for me that that just started as a website.
It was a website.
She was just writing blogs, and then she brought on more writers like us to write blogs about Huntsville.
Yes.
And then she
sold it, and she now has her own business.
That's great. Where she stands up these things.
Yes.
Yeah.
So one last tip I wanted to give before we close out.
Sure.
If you have kids, go ahead and buy their domains.
Yeah.
Buy their domains.
Go.
Like first name, last name.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Because as they grow up, you don't know what they're going to want to do.
That's so true.
And if they blow up and they can't purchase that domain because it's gone, that's really going to suck.
Yeah.
So just buy their domain.
We did that, and we did their names at gmail.com.
Yes.
When they were babies.
Emails. Yes.
When they were babies.
You got to do the emails.
That's good.
Get the domains,
this is gold.
man.
Y'all getting too much now.
I know, right?
We're going to have to charge now. We're in consult session now.
At this point.
But that's good. That's good.
That's good information.
These are the ways that things kind of fit together when you're talking about being a content creator, and when is that next stage. I think you said it. You can feel it. You can feel it. You can feel it. It's like, I'm getting a little too big now to just be in the DMs and doing things. You can feel it. There isn't like a
or
a clear
I want
line.
to take this more seriously.
Yes.
I'm feeling like I'm underserving myself.
Absolutely.
You feel that.
And then there's a lot. People always ask me, how do you show up so confident? There's a level of confidence that comes from investing in you.
That's right.
To have these things that makes it real.
That's right.
One of those things is a website.
Yep.
And we're excited to be able to share a little bit of that today. Why you need it. Stop being a guest, because these platforms will kick you out. They will say, we thank you so much for being here.
And they don't care.
And you can leave now. Yeah.
You don't got to go home, but you got to get out of here.
But they can't. You cannot be kicked out of your own. You cannot be kicked out of your own website. And when you have a website, and I know this is opening up a can of worms, but I have to say it. It bears being said. If you have a website, you must do the work. I mentioned she has 30 plus maintenance clients. You have a website. You have an onus, a responsibility to ensure that it is maintained. And I'm not talking about content.
Right.
I'm talking about security. I'm talking about free from hacks, that kind of thing. I can't tell you how many people I've seen. And I had a website, but it's gone. I had a website and now it's a porn site. I had a website and it's been taken over. And it's now, it's
a mess.
It's a mess.
Wow.
If you're going to do it, you're going to need to do the work to ensure that it stays up, it stays valid, it stays safe, it stays current. And those are some of the pieces. And believe me, when I tell you, this is how it all works. This has been another episode of the How It All Works podcast. I'm your host, Kirk Nugent.
Taina Nixon.
And today our guest was
Kanique Mighty Nugent.
And we hope to see you guys around these internet streets or in the next video.
Or on your website.
Or on your website.
Good one. Good.
I love that.